Welcome friends back out to the garden this evening. We are at the majority of my squashes, pumpkins, zucchinis, things like that are in my straw bale gardens this year, and I'm going to tell you how I am going to protect them from the enemy, the squash vine borer. So if you have never grown zucchini, you don't know what I'm talking about. But if you have, you're fully aware. The battle to keep these plants alive against that squash vine borer is nothing to be reckoned with. Take it seriously, my friends. So I learned some lessons last year that proved to be successful for the first time ever. So I'm going to share those with you today. I just saw one of those roly-polies. But I didn't treat the straw bale. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, that's another pest. Beneficial insect that can act like a pest in your garden. In my last video, I treated the straw bales in front of me for roly-polies. This one, they have not caused too much destruction just yet, so we're just letting them be peacefully living with us here in the garden. The squash vine borers, I don't know that I fully understand their etymology, but they lay eggs or the larva hatches from the ground. I'm not quite sure, but it bores this little white, gross looking larva. Basically grows, is hatched, and thrives within the stem of your squash plants. Can happen to melon plants too. I've had it happen to melon plants. And they basically eat the plant from the inside out. And there is no recovery from that. So last year I did my first ever experiment using a physical barrier to the stem. I tried two ways, wrapping them with aluminum foil and then wrapping them with pantyhose. The aluminum foil, number one, it wasn't as easy to work with. It would break, and it didn't get tightly, firmly enough around the plant that I still lost a couple to squash vine borers. Pantyhose, 100% success. But by the certain amount of time you work with like knee-high pantyhose, you kind of run out of pantyhose to wrap your stem. So I needed to come up with a solution for that. And having been a mom long enough to know such a thing exists as this athletic tape. It's nice, stretchy material that easily tears, really stretchy, sticks on itself, and is long enough that you can just wrap and wrap and wrap till your heart's content. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Starting off the first wrappings of our squash vines with our athletic tape. Todd's probably going to kill me that I'm choosing to use neon green. And I'm going to just dig around the base kind of till I get to like the first set of roots. Okay, I'm there. Saw the first roots, and I'm going to wrap this guy around. And this is stretchy enough that the vine can still grow. It gets lots of good aeration. And that's what we're doing. And I will tear this. I can. There we go. Okay. Bury that back. And then as this squash plant grows, I'll just keep wrapping as I prune and keep that protected. So let me bring you down here real close and personal and show you how I'm doing it. So this is the tape, and it is very stretchy. You can see that stretch. So here is my vine. And you will know if you, oh, I'm already at the first root there. You'll know the telltale signs of a squash vine borer getting your plant. Typically you see like orangey little oozy bubbles. Kind of looks like bubbles is how I would describe it. Kind of like a break in the stem, a crevice that looks like maybe something has scratched and clawed at it. Something small, of course. Anyway, I'm taking this, wrapping it fairly tightly around because it can stretch. Okay, and then we'll bury it back. And then of course this is the first flower stem, so I'll leave him be. But as the plant grows, these lower vines and the flowers set. So here's the first fruiting bud right here. I will prune these leaves off and come back and wrap the main stem. Until the threat's basically over with, because I've either got enough fruit from my plant, the plant's done, or the threat of the squash vine borer is gone. This is my little square of spinach, probably I don't know, 3 foot by 4 foot plot. And I noticed when I was out here this evening walking my mother-in-law through the garden, a few of the plants in the middle had a seed head on them. I'm like, oh no, haven't even really gotten my harvest in, but that happens so fast here in Michigan. We really don't have a long spring at all, and by the time it's big enough to harvest, it's bolting on you. So we'll get this in and get it washed up and just get it frozen, because we are going out of town this weekend to the cabin for Memorial Day, so I really won't have a chance to use it all up. But maybe as I go, you'll start seeing, this is corn that I knew would be coming up when the spinach is about done. So we've planted corn in between. Howdy.
Hi, baby. As long as I step where you step, I'm safe, right?
Yeah.
You need to make spinach pie again.
I know. Somebody commented the other day that they missed seeing you in the videos in the garden with me. I'm like, because it's first thing in the morning and this man's not up yet.
Oh, yeah. I love your morning garden videos when the sun shines through.
Yeah.
I was thinking about, it's been almost a week, and I was thinking about going and checking my bees tonight because it's nice and cool.
Yeah.
But it's going to be another one of those nights where it's 9 o'clock before we stop working.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We're really bad at that at this time of the year.
Yeah, it's just so nice out. And sometimes the only chance you have to work is like in the morning and late at night because it's so hot, midday.
The little corns look good.
Mm-hmm. So they're coming up good. Worked out nice.
It seems like the bees are doing pretty good. I'm not going to put on my suit tonight and check them. Like I said, I want to try to make sure I work-life balance. You know what I'm saying? It's about almost probably 8:30, 8:45 by now. But they, far one from where you guys are, definitely seems to have a much bigger population than this one, but they're all doing well. Today is 1 week, or 1 week from when I picked them up. Tomorrow will be 1 week from when I installed them. So sometime at probably like beginning early next week, when we have a cool day, I'll come out and we'll do a quick inspection and check and make sure we have eggs and larvae so that we know we are still queen right, and see if they're starting to work on those other frames. Our friends are literally like right behind you. Turkeys don't seem to be bothered by the bees, or the bees don't care about the turkeys. They come over here and they'll like sit and lay right along this fence by the bees, and they seem to be working out well. These are our babies, the ones that we bought as babies this spring, and we've been raising them in our mobile coop, which has been moved all around the yard from way over by the barn, and it's now all the way back here. Oh, hi. The other day, Rachel took our big chickens, the ones that are a good year old now, that are in the coop up by the house. There's 2 of them, and she moved them back here to try to integrate them together. And we thought it was going well. They were together for about 2 days until actually this little one right here. His entire backside, or her entire backside, all of her feathers were gone. Those big chickens picked on her and picked on her and plucked all of her feathers off. So Rachel brought her in the house, gave her a nice, a nice coating of that blue spray, and brought her back. And those 2 big chickens, we put them back up there. So those are the only 2 that are laying, so they're going to stay up there where the compost is and just keep working that compost. And these girls will be back to a peaceful life like they had before, before the bullies arrived. Come here. The injured one is the second one back there. Still has a little bit of blue coat, purple. Ow! Got my finger, dude. Here. Come here. It's so funny, so many of you commented in the last video when the turkeys were in it, when they run, they look like little dinosaurs. And we were just talking about that the other day, like a couple days beforehand, about how, could you imagine if you were like the size of a mouse and all these turkeys came running towards you? It would be just like a pack of like raptors from Jurassic Park or something coming after you. They do look like little dinosaurs. Good job. I had not planned on, or nor was it my intent, to put the turkeys up for the night, but the sun is just about gone. And normally Rachel comes out here after dark and kind of herds them in there anyways, and we close the door and she gives them a little scoop of food. So they're in bed 20 minutes early tonight, so we'll take it. I'm gonna go grab a scoop of food and give them some food for the night, for their treat, for doing a good job of going in their pen, and we'll see you guys on the next video.